You have roughly 90 days until the end of the year. And what you do with those 90 days can either make your year, break your year, or keep it the exact same wherever you are at right now. Now, most of the guys who are watching my channel, you are wanting a different life for yourself. It's not that your life is inherently bad, and even though some of your lives are bad, but it's not like your life is inherently bad, but you have goals, you have dreams, you have aspirations. And I'm here to tell you that most of these dreams, goals, aspirations, you could get far, and I mean extremely far, in 90 days or less. Okay. And so, what I need you to understand is this next 90 days, that I want you to try to go as hard as possible to try to to make those goals become a reality. But here's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is only 10 to roughly 20% of this audience is going to be able to make that happen. The rest of you, what's going to end up happening is you're going to either try, fail, or you're just not going to do anything at all and it's going to maintain the same. But here's what I actually want you to do. What I want you to do is I want you to watch yourself. You heard me. I want you to watch yourself and really try to see who you really are in these next 90 days, right? Set a flag down right now that says, you know what, this next 90 days, I'm going to take my life 100% serious. I'm going to work on my health. I'm going to work on my money. I'm going to work on my relationships. I'm going to work on my purpose. I'm going to become like the ultimate man during this winter arc. I'm going to become the ultimate man in this next 90 days. And I want you to make that decree, whether you believe it or not, because I want you to see who you really are when you set a goal for yourself and to see if you're the type of person that achieves that goal. Because like I said, only 10 to 20% of us are actually going to be able to reach those goals, while the rest of us are not going to be able to do anything at all. And here's the thing: personal development, self-improvement, masculine development, whatever it is that you're trying to develop in your life or improve in your life, it all starts from your point A. Your point A is who you currently are. And a lot of us don't have the right idea of who we truly are as a man or a person. And so I need you to understand who that person is, because once you understand who that person is, then you can start working with that version of yourself to then get you to where it is that you need to be. So like I said, the last video that I posted for you guys, I talked about how to add structure to your life. The amount of phone calls that I've had with guys, they have zero type of structure. I think out of all the calls that I've had, maybe two. And again, I was on hundreds of calls. So maybe two guys had structure in their life, had an understanding of where it is that they want to be. So the first step is adding that structure. But here's the thing. I gave that thing to you guys step by step in the last video. But out of all the people who watched that video, how many do you think actually broke out a notebook and wrote that thing down? Again, 10 to 20%, because that's the reality of the situation. A lot of guys like the feel good of saying, I'm going to change everything this year. I'm going to put on this motivational music. I'm going to do push-ups at 3 a.m. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. They love the energy boost that they get from claiming that they're going to do these things. But that's not where the power is. The power is simply in the consistency and the discipline that you decide to exude every single day of the week. That's where the real power is. But here's the thing about it. See, putting on motivation, going out and cheering and saying, I'm doing this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do all this. Yeah. Semen retention. Yeah. All that feels good and it's fun. However, waking up, eating the same things every day, exercising, what else? Going out, maybe talking to people, being social. These things are not that fun. In fact, it can be the opposite of fun, because all the experiences that you have can be negative, or some of the experiences that you have can be negative. And so it makes you not want to do it again. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. That's where the real power is. And that's where the real fun is. Okay. And so as a man, I need you to understand that I want you to have this decree that in less than 90 days, I have the opportunity to change my health. I have the opportunity to change my money. I have the opportunity to change my relationships. I have the opportunity to change my purpose, if I were to decide to go at least 70 to 80 to 90% or 100% of my life. And so I want you to have that goal for yourself and see where it lands you. And here's the thing, again, when you're doing all this, it's not designed to actually get you the result. The results are nice. And of course, we want the results. Damn, they're the whole reason why we're doing this in the first place. But again, it's designed to teach you about who you really are. Are you the type of person who can stay consistent for more than 3 days? Are you the type of guy who can stay consistent for more than 2 weeks? Are you the type of guy that can stay consistent more than a month? Who are you right now? Because if I asked you, I said, if you really tried 100% effort, you really tried, how long could you be consistent for until whatever happens in your life that it breaks that consistency? And I can guarantee you that most guys, if you wrote a number down, oh, 6 months, bro, easy. Oh, 9 months, bro, easy. If you wrote that down, most guys are going to be severely disappointed in the actual number that it is. And when you have the actual number, now we get to start from a good place, because now we get to see who we are. Because it wasn't until I started really looking at who I am that I started to get more inspired. Because what I found out is I was much more disappointed in who I really was versus the idea of who I thought I was. And that's where the real game begins, because a lot of guys see who they really are and they say, you know what, I'm cooked, I'm done, I'm just going to give up. Versus the other half are saying, you know what, that's unacceptable. I can't believe that I had this going this whole time. I'm going to switch energies and I'm going to make sure that I become who I thought I was in my mind. And that's the type of mindset that I need you to be on, because the only thing that stops you from being disciplined, the only thing that stops you from being consistent is the mindset that you decide to adopt. And my question to you is, what type of mindset are you running with right now? Are you the type of person who is acting as a professional? Are you the type of person that's acting as somebody who is in shape? Are you the type of person who's acting as somebody who's social? Are you the type of person who's acting like you own a business? Like, who are you as a person? And I need you to get out of the fantasy world. I need you to get out of Disneylandia that tells you that, oh, being yourself is okay. Everything that, as long as you be yourself, as long as you tried your best, everything works out. And no, it doesn't, bro, because that's not real life. That's not real life. And if you and most people, when you convince them of that, what they're doing is they're lying to themselves to say, well, I couldn't get what I actually want, but because I did my best, what I have is perfectly fine. And it's not perfectly fine. And deep down, especially as men, you know when something's not perfectly fine. You know if you need to lose more weight. You know if you need to get back in the gym. You know if you need to make more money. You know if you need a better girlfriend, or you need to sleep with better options, or be with better options. You know these things. And so my thing is, instead of going down the route of constantly complaining, because again, there's a time and a place for complaining, all right? There's a time, because you need to get all that negative emotion out of you, right? I suggest journaling, or maybe venting to your friends, whatever it is that you have to do. But again, it's like there has to come to a point to where you put a hard stop on that, and you start turning around and doing the actions that it's going to take in order to change everything for you. And that's where the real game is. Because once you start to enter that real game, you get to find out exactly who you are. Are you that type of guy? And so here's the helping message, right? Whenever you start to realize who you are, it's not about giving up or trying to work on your weaknesses as hard as possible. Yes, you want to understand your weaknesses at a fundamental level, okay? You want to be able to do things at a fundamental level in case of emergency, okay? Or in case of high priority, or in case of high importance. You want to be able to do that. But in order for you to operate at a high percentage, what you want to do is you want to start learning, who can I outsource this stuff to? So let me give you guys an example. There's one thing that I dislike is tedious activities. I don't like sitting still for a long periods of time, crossing T's, dotting I's, and going through all that stuff. Can I do it? Of course I can do it. And if I have to do it, I know how to set up a schedule to where I can get that done. But if I'm trying to operate at a high level in all areas of my life, it would be very smart of me to say, who can I pay, or who can I talk to in order to get this work done at the same speed that I am getting my other areas of my life done. Does that make sense? This is the mistake that a lot of guys make when they start to make money, is they don't start hiring their weaknesses. Because when you start hiring, and again, these aren't things that you have to have full-time employees, right? These are things that these can be one-offs. These can be one-time payments, whatever it is, right? Like, so I'll say this for an example. There's a lot of guys that, when it comes to diet and exercise, you don't like cooking. It's like, okay, bro, well, if you did your research in your area, you'll know that there's 13, 15, 20 chefs around you that will happily meal prep for you for the cost of your grocery excuse me, for the cost of your grocery bill and the amount of times that you eat out. And if you were to sacrifice the times that you eat out and add that to your grocery bill, you could pay a private chef to have all your macros done. Does that make sense? Or if you're a type of guy like, I can cook, I just don't know where to start. It's like, bro, go get your blood work done. Or bro, go buy a meal plan from somebody. It's like there's so many different things that you can do that if you don't feel like doing the research, if you don't feel like taking the time, if you don't feel like reading, if you're too busy, that's where you use money. Money is a tool. That way you can help your community, because not only are you investing back into your community, but you're investing back into yourself. And that's the type of synonymous relationship that you want to have, or synergistic relationship that you want to have with the people around you. Not only are you becoming a better version of yourself, but you're aiding in other people becoming the best versions of themselves. Does that make sense? So again, I want you to ask yourself, so over the next 90 days, here's what I want you to do. Over the next 90 days, I just want you to decree that, you know what, I'm going to go as hard as I can for the next 90 days. And then I want you to see who you really are in that moment. And at the end of it, if you don't need any help, that's perfect. Just keep doing what you're doing. But if you need help, that's when I want you to start looking for other resources to say, okay, who can I talk to that can help me get a more disciplined in my life? Who can I talk to get more consistent in my life? Who can I talk to that's going to make sure I have the materials, the resources? Does that make sense? So again, that's going to be the whole video today. You have less than 90 days before the end of the year happens. And I really want you to understand that you can make it happen if you decide to. And in order for you to do that, you have to change the mindset that you're in right now. And that mindset 9 times out of 10 is going to require more effort from you. It's going to require you to sacrifice more. It's going to require more discipline. And so if you really want these things the way that you say you want these things, then understand that the real point system is in the consistent action, not in the motivation. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you want to, leave a comment if you agree. If you made it this far, type in made it. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.